Hi, friends, and welcome back to the Soul Whisperers podcast. I'm Jen, and if you're watching the video version of this, then you know that I look like I've been crying because I have been. I probably will keep crying because I have been thinking a lot about living your purpose, living your soul purpose, and what that really means. And so much of it is just being free to be yourself. And you know that, like, this podcast and everything I do, every piece of content I create, is to help you guys see that you're meant for so much more than you think. And as like shitty as it sounds, like you are the person who is blocking yourself and also the person who's going to unblock yourself. And it really looks like a lot of times identifying and letting go of those beliefs that you have, the fears that you have. And honestly, like, no matter what part of life that you're struggling in right now or that you're trying to like create more freedom in, whether it's your relationship or your career and like your financial freedom, whether it's like even just living in the area that you are, maybe you always grew up in your hometown and you live there now still and you want to move to New York, move to LA, like maybe you have friends who you love but at the same time they don't fully see you and you just want to have like this loving friendship that you can just be your full unmasked self with. And it's not an accident. Like, you have these desires because they are meant for you, that you're supposed to go after it and you will find ways. Like, you are so much stronger, so much more resilient, so much more resourceful than you think you are. And like, the obstacle is the way, right? Like, the things that we resist the most are oftentimes the things that are going to help us grow, and there is a reason why you feel like such deep suffering. I was talking to a friend of mine where I'm in San Francisco right now for like a month long kind of creative retreat, and just to like be by myself, be in my own energy and get clarity on just things that have been going on in my life. And while I was here, like staying with my friend, she was opening up about how she's been really depressed lately and how she has like no motivation for her job. Like, she just feels like it's not what she wants to do. It doesn't bring her any joy. She has like a business idea that she wants to create. She's even started taking action on it, creating a secret podcast that she hasn't told anyone about. And it's just all these incredible things. And I got so emotional because I know how painful it is to not live your purpose. I know how painful it is to feel like you can't fully access the things that you want to access. I remember, when I was in college, just gotten to my lowest point when I was hospitalized because I was a danger to myself, right? I was struggling so much with life ending thoughts and suicidal ideation, and I had no connection to this world anymore. Like, I felt so empty, so disconnected from myself, so like disconnected from this dream and this future that I wanted for myself that like I didn't even think was possible. But just like this knowing that I was here to like help more and do more, but I didn't know what it was. And I knew that the way that I was going wasn't going to be the thing that got me there. Like, it felt so much easier to just give up than to like keep going the way that I was going. And I'm so glad that I did it because now I've created like my business. I've helped dozens and dozens of people one on one, but like thousands of people online. And through my coaching, through me just being me, like literally me allowing myself to go full time as an entrepreneur at 19 years old, not getting like an internship or a job right out of college, like saying fuck you to like the security of the path that you're sold ever since you're a kid, whatever people tell you that you need to be or who you should be or what you need to do. I was like, fuck that, because literally I wanted to die. And like, for sure, I also just had really poor life coping skills. Like not wanting to ask for help, feeling like I should have it all figured out. Like, oh, if other people are like fine and doing it and like whatever, if like other people can survive this, then I should be able to too. And not opening up about, the things that I was feeling, not having the courage to admit to myself what it is that I really wanted and to actually go for it and trust myself because everything felt so serious. Like, life ain't that fucking serious. And when I was talking to my friend who just feels like at this dead end of her career, I brought up how when I took shrooms, which if you haven't listened to that podcast episode, I highly, highly recommend it. It will open you up to all these things and understand like why life is the way that it is and why you're being called to do more, especially this year right now. Like you're being called to live your purpose, live your mission, and you cannot shy away from that. But I was telling her how one of the kind of negative quote unquote side effects of it was that it kind of reset my brain in the way that I started to remember why it's so hard for me to be in the matrix, to if I was like surrounded by people who were like partying and drinking, like why I was never into that, why I never felt like I fit in, why I don't want to work a 9 to 5 ever in my life, why corporate and working a normal job, like just it like I have a degree and I would rather, much rather any day work at a coffee shop making coffee and matcha for people rather than being in a corporate job. Like that's how strongly I feel against it. And I remember telling her that the reason why that was also so powerful though for me, and like honestly, like just being fully transparent with you guys, like I have been having life-ending thoughts for like a long time, for like the last 6 months, and like I haven't had that for years. And every time that it's come up, it's like quote not that serious, but what it is that it's like the symptom for me. It's the way that my soul communicates with me so strongly of like I don't feel like I'm living my purpose. I don't feel like I am fully, doing the things that I should be doing. And if you guys are wondering like, oh, like what does that mean? Like your business is so purposeful. It's like, yes, it is. And also I feel like I've held back a lot on like the spirituality aspect, on just how powerful it really is, on like really going harder and like conveying to you guys like how life-changing this shit is, like the what I do and like why I do it, and what soul whispering is, how I use human design in my shit, like how I use tarot and astrology and all these things. And like it's not to like put you in a box, it's not to like make you live this other like path that some astrology thing says or some human design says, but it's to help you understand who you are, because that is the foundation of everything. And like life is too short to live not free. And life is also way too fucking long and too painful for you to not live freely. So, either way, the best way forward is to just be fully yourself, to go after what it is that you want, to start your business, um, to go and sign up for that certification, like switch careers, start a new relationship or be single for a while, like whatever it is, like that is the best way forward. You're supposed to go out there and live your life. And the collective, as in like all of us, all of society is transitioning so hard into everyone living their purpose, because there is no time left. There is no, like, our planet is dying. There's shit going down in our government that's like fucked up. Like our society is so much more divided, and like we can't see the fact that we are all human beings and that we are all way more connected, way more similar than we are different. Like even the divide between man and woman and like transgender versus like queer and like whatever your race, like it doesn't fucking matter. Like you are a fucking human being. We all have souls inside of us. We're all like here just doing our best, having nothing figured out, and also just trying to like be free and be ourselves and be accepted, find community, be loved and find love. Like love is the highest vibration of it all, and like we're all fucking doing that. But like the methods that has been driving our society so far to this like dumpster fire of social media all the fucking time, instant gratification, these laws and regulations that don't make sense, like all that shit is burning down. And if you're being called to live your purpose, like don't fucking ignore it. Like if you're being called to quit your job, to end a relationship, to start a new relationship, to create a business, to go connect with somebody, to put yourself out there, make a podcast, whatever the fuck it is, like you better fucking listen to it, because if you don't, I guarantee you're gonna hate your life. You're gonna be so fucking miserable. And like obviously we're all here meant to do different things, and this is why I like love human design so much, because it shows us our energetic blueprint. It shows us like how we're meant to really utilize our energy in order to create the life that we want to live. And we're all meant to do different things, but I know for myself that it's literally a matter of life and death. Like this is the reason why I choose to wake up every day, why I choose to continue every day, is to like do the work that I do to help the people that I help, to create the life that I envision for myself. And I think everybody deserves that. Everybody has to take that seriously, because That's the only thing that is serious in life, is that are you living the way that you want to live? Everything else, all the decisions, like even if it's like, you're afraid that you're not going to be able to provide for yourself if you quit your job, and like move full time into this side hustle that you've been starting, like even if it's ending a 10-year long like marriage, and to go and like soul search and like be on your own because you've never been on your own, like who the fuck cares? Like those are all honestly like not so heavy, they're not so serious as you living the way that you're supposed to be living, you being yourself. Like that is the most serious thing that you can do, because that is your soul contract. Your soul contract, you're here for a reason. Your soul chose to come down here for a reason. You are made of a fucking stardust, for God's sake. Like you're not here to be some like ordinary smojo, like just people pleasing and doing things because other people want to or because you think you should. Like you're here to live your purpose. And if you don't know who you are, like that's where it starts. That's why I have my soul whispering. That's why I have my tarot readings. That's why I do my coaching. That's why I literally have created everything, because I know that that is the foundation for everything. I don't care if you're making $25,000 in your business. I don't care if you're making $1 million in your business. I don't care if you are working a corporate job and you're like an executive, a CEO. I don't care if you're a fucking celebrity, you're like on Selling Sunset, you have a Netflix show. I don't care if you're an actor, actress, whatever it is. Like there is so much pain everywhere that there of not being yourself. Like why did Robin Williams leave us, right? Like it wasn't because of money, it wasn't because of his career. Like he felt something deep within himself. Like his soul needed to be seen. Why is like the number one cause of death for teens and like young adults suicide? Is because like their souls aren't being seen. They don't feel free to be themselves. Life feels so heavy. Every decision feels so heavy. Everything feels so serious. There's no room for expression, for creative play, for being yourself. And like all of the narratives that we use to keep ourselves from doing that, like we don't have the privilege, we don't have the money, we don't have the time, we don't have the energy. We have to be like this idea of what a responsible adult looks like, and we have to do like all these fucking things and check off all these lists, make a bunch of money, like have a certain status. Like it's all bullshit at the end of the day. It's all just a belief that you don't have to opt into if you don't want to. And if it's not serving you, if it's not helping you be more yourself and guiding you into doing like the hard things, making the hard decisions, which is going to be the path of like things like investing 5 figures into yourself, into a coach, into a therapist, into a whatever, so that you can create the mindset that you need in order to come back home to yourself, so that you can create that system to remember who the fuck you really are, to remember your purpose. When I was on the soul purpose retreat, one of the things that Christina has said that like really stuck with me was, purpose is the place that we go when we're ready to remember who we are. And that is so resonant for what is going on in the collective in this like year in yourself. Like it's a lifelong thing of we feel like we have to find our purpose. We feel like we have to find ourselves or try to like be someone that we're not. We have to try to be a 6 figure coach. We have to try to have a great relationship. We have to try to love more, but really it's like the most natural thing. And it's really about remembering who it is that you are and remembering your purpose, because then you're not trying, you're just simply being. And that is, I think, what all of our purpose is to vibe, is to be ourselves. And when you do that, when you have a system in place to do that, like every decision that you make, like all the logistical shit of like, you having to make money and paying rent and being able to, stay healthy, go see a doctor if you need to, cook for yourself, all of the logistical shit like figures the fuck itself out if you know who you are, if you can always come back to why you're doing what you're doing. And if every decision you make is for that end goal, then it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter if you have to stay at your job that you hate for another 6 months as you build your business so that you can build up that savings. It doesn't matter if you have to, break up with your friends because they're not going in the direction that you want to go. They're out there doing like freaking drugs every weekend, and you're out here trying to connect with yourself, to redefine fun, have a solid relationship and all these things without drugs and alcohol being like such a center point of your life. It doesn't fucking matter if, you get a divorce from somebody who you've been with for 10 years because you have to go find yourself. Like that is the most important thing. And if it's meant to be, like you'll come back together, or if it's not that, it's going to be something better. You got to open yourself up to receive more. And so much of, why we can't receive more is because we're not fucking letting go. And like, I will tell you firsthand, like I understand how difficult it is to let go. I have been resisting so many things in my personal life, in my business, because I have had such a difficult time letting go, and it roots back like I discovered that it roots back to like some childhood beliefs that were created because every decision felt so serious. Like every decision was like to get into a better college and to like get a scholarship or to be at the top of my class, you know. It was to be liked, it was to be accepted, it was to be the best, it was to be successful, it was to be able to survive, it was to be able to fucking survive. And so that's why so many decisions, little decisions, big decisions, all feel so serious and so heavy. But I have been doing the work over the years to release that, and now I'm letting it go to like release the big things and like not take it so seriously. And let me tell you, it's fucking hard, but it's the decisions that you have to make as part of growing up, as part of becoming an adult and being into your own emotional maturity to take radical responsibility for your life, is to make these fucking hard decisions. So go and like pay the $10,000 for the coach, go and pitch yourself to investors, go and like fall in love fast, just go and meet new people, like carpe fucking diem, right? To like seize the day, because if every day that you're not doing it, every day where you don't feel fulfilled, like, and it could be a small thing, like it could literally be like, for me, for example, like doing these podcast episodes makes me feel so fulfilled. It makes me feel like I'm really putting out my message out there. It makes me feel like anyone who's in this situation, who feels lost, who's feeling suicidal even, and like, you know, feels like nothing's working in their life, they just hear this and like they get those codes, they get that hit of like, yeah, I know what I'm meant to be doing, I know that I'm on the right path, like that is worth everything to me. And yeah, like maybe that person tells somebody about me and then they become a client of mine, and then I'm able to support myself more and keep doing what I'm doing. But like for you, like seriously, what are those things that are going to allow you to go to bed feeling fulfilled, feeling like you are moving towards the direction that you want to move, and a life that lights you up? Because like I said, life is too fucking short to not do what you want to do, and life is too painfully long to not do what you want to do. So friends, that's the message that I have for you today. Please like let yourself not take life so seriously, and also take the way that you feel as seriously as possible. The world needs you. It is an urgent matter, and it's urgent because of love, because you are deserving of love. You're deserving of loving the life that you have. You're deserving of loving the people around you. You're deserving of receiving the love that you crave. And with that, I hope you have a phenomenal rest of your day and go and live your purpose every single fucking day. I will see you next time. Until then, stay well. If you want to amplify your soul whispers so that you can connect with your inner wisdom, then you need to check out my one-on-one coaching experience. In your own time, you'll establish a deep sense of self-trust, understanding, and aliveness, leading you to live with more confidence, peace, and freedom. I won't just be a coach on your journey, but also a witness to your human experience, a hype woman to your soul's desires, and an ally to the parts of yourself that you'd rather not see. So lean into your curiosity and click the link in the show notes to book a consultation. I'll see you soon.